Okay, so what's going on, guys? NealGuides here. We're going to go through what's the most meta and best value icon swaps. The most important thing, as I always say, remember there's only 9 available now. Now, it says 25 days remaining, so I'm assuming that's a visual glitch because you can't get both in 25 days. The reason why is they only release 9 at a time. So you go to objectives over here, we go to milestones. So you see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So 5 of them on squad battles and 1's on the weekend league. That's in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we get the Icon Swaps Premier League. That's 7. That's 8. And that's 9. So in total, you can only get 9 right now, and you have to wait 25 days. In 25 days' time, it's going to be the end of January. And that means at the end of January, realistically, team of the year is just around the corner. So depending on what you choose will be very much skewed. So I'm going to go through the first 9 that you can get like right now, which you can get tomorrow or next week. And then I'll go for the ones in January if it's worth waiting or not. Okay, that's the way that I'm going to do it. So first things all, let's do this. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Now, 81 plus 25 pack. Now, I personally don't do these, okay? Just simply because they're not worth it in my opinion. Some people like them because they find it fun. Some people save these for Team of the Year. If you're stacking packs for Team of the Year, then I would say do any of these. But personally, I will not do them. And the 83 is not that bad, but again, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's worth 5 swaps, okay? Then you have Iker Casillas. Now, Casillas has always been known to be a good goalkeeper in real life. He is in total 6 swaps, so you can actually get him tomorrow, okay? Iker Casillas, the problem is he's 6'1", not the tallest of goalkeepers, but he does have to save his feet rate. So even though he doesn't have the height, he does have to save his feet rate. So if you do need a goalkeeper that can get the job done, he will actually be not too bad. In fact, his stats are not too bad either. He doesn't really lack anything that is major. So if you need an icon goalkeeper, if you got 2 centre back, let's say you got a Varane and you got I don't know, someone else like Klosterman or something, you need an icon goalkeeper, it's actually an icon to probably go for. He's only 5, you don't like him, worst case scenario, you can always use him somewhere else, or even just get rid of him in the future. But he's only 6 if I'm not mistaken. Double check again. Yeah, he's only 6. Unfortunately, menus are a bit bugged at the moment. So yeah, he's a decent goalkeeper. It's just a saves with feature that really pushes him above. If he didn't have saves with feature, I'd say probably not. He is 6'1", and to be honest, he does have positioning. The most important thing to look for is positioning, diving, and reflexes. And he's got a bit better speed compared to most goalkeepers, and he's actually got pretty good kicking and handling. So overall, a good goalkeeper. I would say we could be taller. It would be debated whether him and Donnarumma is better. And the reason why I say this is because no one really scores goals like low drivens. Most of the time, it's always a power shot across goal. So you can argue that Donnarumma will still probably be better than Iker Casillas. That's probably my take. Then we move towards Rio Ferdinand being on 7 now. I know most of you guys know my stance on fullbacks in centre back, but let's say talking about Rio Ferdinand here. He's on 7 now. For 7, it's actually not too bad. You can get him again tomorrow. He's what would you call a meta centre back? He's got the agility and balance, which is all right. Got the pace, got the defending, got the physical. Now, for most players, for most of you guys watching this, he would be a good centre back. Because I know most of you guys don't have a good centre back who's got 80 sprint speed and 89 defending and 82 physical. So overall, he's a good centre back. Is he meta? I would say yes, he's on the borderlines meta. But in my meta category, he won't be. There's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, he doesn't have a medium-high defensive work rate. If he had medium-high or even high-high, I wouldn't mind it. But medium-medium, I would rather prefer, honestly, a fullback with medium-high as opposed to a traditional centre-back medium-medium. That's why I didn't like Lacroix when the game came out. Just my personal opinion. But he is 6'2", so he's a tank, so he can do everything and win the ball in the air. But part of the work rates, he's actually got top tier defending and top tier physicality, and he's got really good reactions, good composure, and good pace. So everything you want for just a centre back. Now, me personally, when I look for a centre back, I look for agility and balance, and especially with jockeying this year, and if they do patch that manual, that assisted jockeying, the agility balance is going to be even more important. So for me, I prefer my centre backs to be fast, but also responsive. I can dribble with the ball, but also I can defend with the run and jockey. So for most of you guys, he's going to be a meta centre back, and I would say do him. Especially if you got a bad, if you're sitting here, Ruben Diaz in your team, the one with 50 pace, you definitely want to get this card. If you're sitting here with a Pamecano gold card, you'll definitely want to get him in a team, or someone like Klosterman. But just for me personally, I wouldn't say he's my meta card, but he's still a meta card overall. Then we have the base or mid icon. Now this is what I think that a lot of people will be kind of edging towards, because it's 8 and you can do this tomorrow. You can basically play your weekend league games, win your 13 or whatever, and then do your squad battles or whatever over the next couple of days or so. So you do need 8 in total. It is a base or mid icon pack, so it's probably the one that I would say is probably the most value or the best chance, because I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to go and say, okay, I want Rio Ferdinand or Iker Casillas. So overall, for the first section, if you want this guy before Christmas, I think 8 is actually a really good price. I would say go with a base mid icon pack. Take your luck, take your chances. I'd rather take my chances on this than get Rio Ferdinand, just my personal opinion. But Rio Ferdinand for most players will still be meta, so if you do need a centre back, then get Rio Ferdinand. If you've got a team already, and let's say you're happy with your centre back, you're saying, you know what, no, my centre backs are good, I don't really need Rio Ferdinand, maybe he's okay, but he's not really an upgrade to my one, I got like Klosterman or Pamecano in form, whatever, then I'll say go base and mid icon. Now, Overmars is the last one you can get for 9. And Overmars has always been a player that I've been very fond of, should I say. Simply because he's 5'8", he's got that 5-star weak foot. He does like the skill moves, but he does have the 5-star skill moves. So he's already got the pace. He only lacks the shooting a little bit, but he's got the dribbling, passing, and the stamina. So he's very good for a left mid or a right mid or a second striker. What I would say is go ahead and put a finisher on him, and I think he's a perfect left wing or right wing, personally speaking, or you can put a dead eye on him if you really want to. But as a second striker, he actually works pretty well. Now, I wouldn't say there's really anything of notion in terms, let's say, he's not completely worth it. I mean, there's a few other icon cards. I mean, if you talk about him in a market, so look at his market value. If you're looking at market value card, Overmars, right now he is... Let's double check. Unfortunately, the servers are down practically everywhere. PSN servers are down. So Overmars right now, so the prime Overmars goes for... Let's have a look. So there's no prime Overmars. So you got the mid Overmars. The next best up is 300k. So yes, so you can say around about 600k prime Overmars does come out. So he is one of the few prime cards that is out. So I would say if you need a left mid, a right mid, and you need an icon, let's say for example you got a team. So you know my team, I need an icon. So let me give you a quick example. So this is the way where I would say it. So in my team, for example, I have my striker who is Nedved. Now Nedved, I didn't mind having Nedved, but I didn't 100% want him. And I personally bought him. Oh my god, he's only 200k now. So I bought him for 310. Oh my god, I lost a lot of money on him. I bought 310, but I needed him in striker simply because I needed someone to link to take a Tito. So that would have been a feasible option to do the Overmars cards. That's one thing that you can look at doing the Overmars cards. If you need a left mid, a right mid, or if you need icon on your team. And then we go to the mid icon pack. Now, I would say it's feasible, but you have to get 10. You can get 9 now. If you're not going to play the squad battles, let's say if you're like me and you don't ever play squad battles, then if you don't mind waiting, then I would say just in January, I would say go for the mid icon pack in 25 days time when they release a second set of, because don't forget you can only get 3 now anyway, but it's probably going to be squad, or 4 technically if you can't count weekend league, but if you really don't like doing squad battles and you just want to wait it out, you can go for mid icon pack. This IE, I'll be honest, he's probably... I don't like him. As a CDM, I just don't like him. He's a meta centre back, a CDM or a centre back. You can play both CDM or centre back. The problem why I don't like him is he does lack the agility and balance, and he does lack just for me personally speaking, I would like to have a bit better passing. The main thing is agility balance. If you're looking for a tank CDM, let's say you have Kante, but you're saying I don't mind Kante's dribbling to be bad, and you want someone else that's probably a bit better defensively, Desai is the perfect card. Medium high 6'1", 2-star, 3-star. Now that's the downside. 2-star, 3-star. He's got the pace. With a shadow, he's formidable. Problem is he lacks the passing. His short passing is very much meh. Well, it's actually pretty decent, but don't forget they take an amalgamation of all the passing stats. So it's very much mediocre, I would say, his passing. It's not 69. It's not as bad as 69 because crossing don't take into account neither his free kick accuracy, neither his curve rate unless you're doing a driven pass down the wing. But if you're doing a driven pass forward, it might do. But the most important thing, it's meh. It's nothing special. So I would still say a Kante I'd prefer over this, just because Kante's got the better agility and balance. That's my preference. So although you do lose the height compared to Kante, you do have that agility and balance. So unless you need an icon centre mid, I wouldn't go towards him. Playing him in centre back, it's actually not a bad idea. I'd rather prefer him in centre back, to be honest, as opposed to Rio Ferdinand. They're both pretty much clunky, but he does have the medium high work rates. But again, if you're going to move him, there's no point. You might just get Rio anyway. So I would say probably no on their side, but he is a meta CDM unless you have Kante already in your team. Del Piero has always been a favourite card of mine. He's very cheap now at 600k on the market. 5-star, 4-star. The only problem is the last one I actually really used him properly was FIFA 18 and FIFA 19. The problem is nowadays you do need that agility and balance. The balance is on 72. You can put an engine on him which takes him to 82 balance but he would lack that shooting, I would say. The problem is that shot power. If that shot power was 88, then I'd say with an engine, he wouldn't be too bad of a cam. Problem is he lacks that shot power, so you probably need something like a hunter on him. You put a hunter on him, he then lacks the balance. So the question is, where could you play him? Well, you could play him on the wing. So if you're looking for a winger or a cam or a striker and you don't mind the low balance, then I would say go for him. A lot of people will say to me, well, you got Tecatito in your team. Would he be replacing your Tecatito? No. Tecatito's 5-star, 5-star. And Tecatito on 5 chemistry, I'll still take over Del Piero. But for most of you guys, I haven't really got a good team. Let's say you're sitting with Bernardo Silva, or you're sitting with KDB and Cam, then I would say definitely lean towards Del Piero. If you're sitting with those gold cards anyway, then he's actually a very good card. So if you're looking for a left mid, maybe even a second striker, to be honest. If you put an engine on him, maybe a second striker, his shooting would be a bit on the average side. He's got good finishing, composure's good, just a shot power that's weak on my end. I would still go for the likes of Neymar. So if you've got the money, just buy him and try him. I would say for all these cards, just buy them, then try them, and then do them. Don't make the mistake of getting, like, let's say Casillas, right? Just go, I mean for Overmars, you can't buy him yet because it's not available. But let's say Casillas, right? What I would say is buy the card first, try him, then decide. A lot of people, they're like, oh my god, Casillas. They look at his stats and then they use him, and just for yourself, you don't like him. And unlike for example a player review, like if I say a player is good, you could buy him. Let's say you like him. Worst scenario, you don't like him, you get rid of him. For these cards, you're locked in. So just be very, very careful. And icon SBCs, you can't change it. 89 plus, another one for 13 is one that I'm probably looking towards going. There's actually quite a good amount of 89 rated icons on the market. Personally speaking, I would just say when it comes to icon SBCs, look, people always ask me, look, is there like a system to this? I see people getting Eusebio. Am I going to get Eusebio? Now, you are probably not going to get Eusebio. Let me just put that out right now. What we're going to do is we're going to filter this. Now, it's not equally done either. So people always say, oh, is it equally? Like, if there is technically, let's see how many icons there are. Let's say there's one pair. Let's say there's like 20 icons here. It's not 1 in 20 chance you're going to be getting Eusebio. So out of the mid icons, let's go here. We're just going to move this to minimum rating 89. That's how you do it, by the way. You go on Footbin, you go minimum rating 89, and you can put 99 because that's the highest one. So you got loads of icons, but you also got a lot of trash. So let's ascend this via price. So realistically, the top tier ones that I wouldn't mind getting, okay, Ronaldo, Hullet, Pele, Cruyff, Ronaldinho, Eusebio, Zidane, Maradona, all these speak for themselves. I wouldn't want Eto'o, you put it forward. I would want Garrincha, Cantona, Lahm, Cafu, Dalglish, Best, Webby, Henry, not Del Piero, Alberto, yes. So on the first page, there's a lot. I wouldn't want Blanc, Figo, Gerrard, Baggio, and then it goes to I wouldn't mind Bala, I wouldn't want Rivaldo, I wouldn't mind Nedved, but I wouldn't want any of these. You see that? See how many cards you don't want. So yes, you're asking yourself, okay, there's a chance I can get the Eusebio, Maradona, and Pele, but you want any other of the garbage. Now the truth is, there's a higher chance of you packing all those cards. The odds of getting this probably like Ronaldo is like 1 in 10,000, 1 in 10,000, 1 in 10,000, maybe Eusebio is 1 in 9,000. So and the chance of getting, for example, Baggio or Gerrard is like 1 in 50. So again, you're just gonna play your luck. If you've got a good team ready and you don't mind it, then I would say do it, in my opinion. Now, I would say the base or mid icon player pick is a good one. It is 1 of 2, and it is unfortunately for 14. But for one of 2, you need exactly 14 in total. It's actually not a bad deal. At least you can pick it, because you could get base Eusebio, or you could get mid Eusebio, or you could get base Petit, and you could get mid Hernandez. So you still could get screwed, but the benefit is you can choose. So it's debatable. That's purely utterly trying your luck. That's if you got your team is complete right now. You're sitting there like, you know what? Now I got a million coins. I'm having to laugh. Then take your risk. If you could take the risk, but you want to be a bit more safer, then the base on mid icon pick will be a feasible solution. Because at that time, if you get someone like, even though someone like Nedved, for example, mid Nedved, he won't be as good as he is now. Okay, so let's say mid Nedved will last you better now, but because you got to wait another 25 days, if you get him, it's going to be a long time. But at least you could pick. At least you got the choice. Then you got Zambrotta, which is 40. Now, this is the first card that I'd say, you know what, it's worth doing. Zambrotta is a meta left back, right back. He can even play as a centre back. Doesn't have the high defensive work rate, but he can definitely play there. I played him there previously. He's one of the best cards for a 3-5-2 as a left wing back, or a right wing back in a 5-2-1-2 or 5-3-2, or in a 3-5-2 left mid or right mid. Perfect card. Top tier stamina, top tier physical, top tier defending, top tier dribbling, passing, shooting. Now, if his dribbling was in the high 80s, it would be super meta, but he's definitely a meta card. The first one I can say, so Desai is a meta card as well, but my preference, I didn't really like him. But Zambrotta is definitely a card I can say, you know what, a top tier meta card. That's what I would say. Both left back and right back and centre back. Can fit in every single team, and of course gives you the links as well. That's meta. So yes, if you want to go towards 14, he'll definitely last you up until the game ends. He'll be in until team of the season, probably even beyond that. And of course, he's the icon link. Middle prime icon packs, the same thing. You're basically trying your luck, same as the base or mid. Again, you could get, there's a lot of prime rubbish cards, so you're really testing your luck then. Base, mid, or prime icon pick. You know what? I would probably say you show you 17 icons to earn 1 of 2. So I'm presuming it's random. I mean, if I had a choice, I'd probably go towards this one. So at least you got to pick. So you get 1 mid. So like, how much is this one? 16, 17. No. In my opinion, I would just go towards the middle or prime icon pick. I mean, it's ludicrous to just do 1 less and just test your luck completely when you can at least choose between 1 prime icon and 1 mid or base. Or it could be base and mid, or it could be prime and mid, it could be anything, but at least it's better than that is what I would say. Wayne Rooney is the final one we have at 17. That means you have got 1 remaining. I'm going to be honest, he's not... Is he meta? I would say he's on the verge of meta. He's not what I would call meta. High, 4-star, weak foot. He's a top tier card, don't get me wrong. Maybe I would class him as a meta card just because of his stats wise. But if I'm looking at attacker myself, I want top tier agility and balance. But you see, the problem with him is you have to put a hunter on him because he hasn't got 99 sprint speed. With that, you got 84, 85 agility and balance. He is 5'9". The only problem with Rooney, if I'm not mistaken, is his body type. So if you're looking for a very agile player, he's not going to be the card that you want. In fact, on the market, he's 900k. So you're better off buying this card. You're better off buying the card than actually using him and then debating whether he's good or not. But stats-wise, top tier card. I do think he's a good cam because he's got the decent passing. So you're looking for a cam, and let's say you don't want the Del Piero, I'll definitely say go towards Rooney. But I think just at 17, if he was at 10 or 11, I would say, okay, you know what, why not? But I think at 17, I think you're really pushing it. What I would say is Zambrotta is 14. If you do 14, that leaves you what? It doesn't really leave you with that many, to be honest. It does leave you with possibly 6. So what you could do is you could actually do... Let's have a look. Anything worth in a collection? Don't forget you can't repeat these. So you can do the base or mid icon. So if you're going to do all of them, you could do the base or mid icon pack, which is 8. And that leaves you with 11. And you could do Desai. So you could do Desai and you could do the base or mid icon. That's if you're going to do all of them. That's if you're you're not too sure, and let's say you need a CDM, that's it. If you want to go, let's say your team is completely done, you just want to play squad battles for bants, do the base or mid icon pack now, and then I would say go ahead and do the mid icon pack. So you can do both of these, I think. If I'm actually, no, you can't. Hang on, the math's correct. 9 plus 9 is 18, right? Yes, you can. So you can do both of these together if you just want to try a luck. That's what I'll say. I think most people are going to go towards just trying the absolute luck and go for both of these. If you're going to go up and beyond and you don't mind waiting, then I'll say go for the base or mid prime player pick. That's what I would say if you don't mind waiting all the way till 17. If you're looking for a meta card that will last you till team of the season, Zambrotta, a defender, left mid, right mid, 3-5-2, 5-2-1-2. If you're looking to try a luck on the mid tier and you can't be asked to play squad battles, only play a few, then you can go for base or mid. And that is pretty much it. If you're just going to be playing a couple, you can definitely go for Iker Casillas. But that is my opinion on the icon swaps. It's very much mediocre icon swaps in my opinion, but that is my opinion. What I'll probably be going for now, I think I'm going to be going for the base or mid icon pack. You only need 8, so that's what I'm probably going to be going for actually. Hopefully in the next couple of days or so, I'm going to test my luck definitely, so I can maybe hopefully get rid of Nedved and recoup some coins from that. But of course guys, that is the base mid icon pack. Thanks for watching. Please, of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.